Hello, ladies. Today I want to come to you and talk about my topic, which is broken glass. I think we've all felt those times where we're broken, where we're shattered, whether it's in our personal life or honestly, right now I look around our world and I feel like that's what God's saying, just so broken, so shattered. However, through it all, being obedient, being faithful, He can be glorified in every one of those situations. Everything is in His control. He is our creator. He does everything for His good. And that's kind of my story. I prayed when I got it. I said, God, it took me back immediately to a time where I did feel hurt. I felt broken. I felt this is not how my story's supposed to go. And I prayed, God, do you want me to talk about all the stuff going on in this world right now? Because it is so broken. And He said, no, you need to go back 10 years and you need to tell your story about my glory, how God is so faithful. And the times that I didn't understand, I had dreamed of being a mom. That from when I was a little girl, I had all my baby dolls lined up. I read to them. I took great care of those baby dolls. I knew I wanted to be a mom. And we got married, my husband and I, Michael. We got married when I was 22 and he was 25. And we had met when I was 12 and he was 14. We were great friends for a while. We started dating, got married after college. But before we wanted to become mom and dad, take on Untitled, we wanted to make sure that we had some time to ourselves. So we traveled, made memories, had a great time. But then we were ready to welcome a baby into our family. And so we started trying and got pregnant almost right away. So we were so excited. The first time you see that positive on that stick, your whole life changes. You think Christmas will be different. Oh my goodness, how all this will change. It's just pure joy. And so it wasn't any different for us. We were so excited. We make our doctor's appointment and we get there and they say, the heartbeat's 80. And we thought, oh my goodness, that's the smartest little baby. Just what an amazing little kid, already 80, And our doctor comes in, he's like, that's not good. 80's not good, but there's two things that can happen. One, you'll come back in 2 weeks, heartbeat had picked up, you're great, healthy pregnancy. Or two, it won't be a good pregnancy. And I thought, no big deal. It's going to be great. We're young, we're healthy, we wanted to be mom and dad. And so 2 weeks go by and our appointment day, and Michael had a taser school and a taser instructor school. And he said, I'm going to cancel it. And I said, no, don't cancel it. Everything is fine. I'm going to go. We're going to see our baby and it's still going to look just amazing as usual. And we're just going to keep going. And my mom said, I'm going to go there with you. I don't want you going alone. I thought, I don't know what everyone's big deal is. Everything's going to be fine. So 2 weeks go by, I go to the appointment, my mom shows up, and we go into the ultrasound room, and there's no heartbeat. That's not what was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be fine. So I had to call Michael and tell him it wasn't a good pregnancy. And so I do remember that day. I am going to try not to cry. I have waterproof mascara on if I do. Every time I tell this part, I get teary-eyed. He was working, like I said, that day. I had something to do later that day, appointment with work, and so I thought it was going to be fine, so I never canceled that appointment. And we weren't going to be able to see Judge Bob at 10 that night, so by the time he got home, I had already left, but I walked in about 10 that night to our house, and all I see is this beautiful 24 roses bouquet, and he said, I just smiled, and he said, I just wanted to see you smile once today. And then we both lost it. And so that was tough. That's not how it was supposed to happen. I was probably about 25 at the time, and that wasn't part of our plan. And so and 2 days later, that was on a Wednesday. On 2 days later, a Friday, I got a DNC. And the doctor said, okay, you're young, you're healthy, and give it a month and start trying again. He said, deal. So we did. And this time we thought, okay, we know that's not doesn't always work as we planned. So Christmas Day I took another test and it was positive. I was so excited. And 4 days later, I knew it wasn't going to be a good pregnancy. So we lost that one too. it was sad. We felt broken. We didn't understand. We had prayed for this baby. We wanted this baby. And why wasn't it happening? And it's easy to get bitter. It's easy to get angry and not understand that God can use even that brokenness for his good. And so we just clung to the hope that God, you didn't put this desire in our hearts for nothing. And so January rolls around and we find out we're pregnant again. We were a little scared that time. Scared to get our hopes up, scared, what if this wasn't for us? All of that. But through it all, we just had to pray, God, this is your baby. Our job is to guide this baby through life if we get to hold it, if we get to take it home. But it is always and always will be your baby. And so we clung to that. God doesn't make mistakes. And so we go to the doctor and heartbeat's a lot better than 80. So we thought, okay, first hurdle, yay. But we're real cautious. We were excited but scared, nervous, but wanted to scream it on the mountaintops that we had a healthy heartbeat that time. Second appointment comes along and it's the first trimester. We've hit that and baby looks beautiful, healthy, great. Everything's going great. And then we get excited. We think, God, is this the one we get to hold? Is this the one we get to take home? Is this the one we get to squeeze on and love on? And we just said, you know what? She's still yours. I guess it was a girl. And 20 weeks, we find out, it's a girl. And we had the name Ashlyn Christine picked out. We just liked the name Ashlyn. Christine was my mom's middle name. And so we just liked the name. And after she was born, we happened to look at the name. And her name means dream, and Christine means Christ follower. So it's funny, 10 years have gone by, and she is a dream. She's something we dreamed of all our lives. And yes, she's a crazy kid, but as I was preparing for this, I was reading it, and it says, stand for the times we were broken and shattered. But with our faith, God gives us the strength to leave it all behind and dream again. And her name means dream. And as I was doing all this, all of it comes back. All of it comes back so quickly. And I looked at Michael and I was reading it to him and he's crying, I'm crying, and our kids are looking at us like we're crazy. And I just thought, oh my goodness, 10 years have gone by. And we don't have one, we have two beautiful, amazing girls. And he was so faithful. Even though we didn't know the ending, we clung to that hope, to that faith that God's story was better than we could imagine. And so, like I said, Michael's reading this. I'm a mess because it just came full circle for me when I realized we're on this side of it now. And how 10 years ago we thought, Lord, will we be parents? Is that something that's meant for us? And so Ashlyn said, Mom, why are y'all sad? What are you doing? And I told her, I said, well, my topic is broken glass, and God just really put on my heart. I'm supposed to share our story. And something that I think that we've moved past from. I said, but God brought it to a deeper level because I read it to her. And I read just that same thing. I said, stands for the times we were broken and shattered, but with our faith, God gives us the strength to leave it all behind and dream again. She said, Mom, my name means dream. And I said, yes, you were our dream. And we were faithful and we were obedient. We put our trust in God and he gave us our dream. And so it is just, it's one of those things that you think you move past and you think that you know the ending, you know that God's faithful. But to go back and read that and actually make that connection, that she is our dream and God was faithful to give us our dream. And her name is not a mistake, Ashlyn Christ follower. It's beyond amazing to me to see how good God is. He gives us free will. We are allowed to choose in those broken times. God, are we going to follow you? Or are we going to cling to you and your hope and your just trust that you know what's best. You know our story right now, but you see it all the way through. And I think that's the most beautiful thing, is in those broken and shattered times, we have the free will. We can either cling to God and know that even the worst times he can use for his glory. I grew so much during that time because when we got to hold her and take her home and raise her, I know our job is to always point her towards Christ because he's the one in control. I can't put her in a bubble. I can't protect her, everything, but I can give her to God and say, I want to raise her to be a Christ follower, to be a disciple for you. I just think it's amazing. He wanted us to choose to love him. He wanted us to choose to cling to his story and not ours. Because even though it didn't feel good, he knew what was best for us. He knew that Ashlyn and Kinley were the two dreams that we dreamed, the two girls that needed to be in our home, that we needed to hold and guide through life and lay that foundation for, to go send out into this broken world and be disciples for him. But it was just really humbling to see it from 10 years back and from now. And I look at them and I think, God, you had it the whole time. And our job in this situation and in every situation is to trust, be obedient, have faith that God is writing our story for our good, for our purpose, to grow us as stronger Christ-following women, and to build each other up along the way, and to tell our story and our hurt so other women know we're not alone. None of us have a perfect story. We all have a broken road that God has made perfect for us. He has given us each a story to tell. And instead of being scared and thinking, oh, I don't want them to know that I don't have it all together, that my story hasn't gone as planned, that if as Christ following women, if we opened up, linked arms with each other and said, I've got you. I haven't been through that, but I've been through something else, and I can tell you God is good, and I'm not going to leave you by yourself. I'm going to carry you on and keep my eyes fixed on God and carry you with me. And I think that's as women what we need to do. We need to not be looking out for ourselves, but take as many women as we can with us. Be disciples and show them that through it all, God is so good. Thank you so much.